Hi, my name is Rick Goltz. I'm from the Woodlands, Texas. I want to tell you a little bit about me and why Laminine has made such a big difference in my life. I grew up in Canada and I played professional football there for 10 years. I played 5 years for the BC Lions, my hometown of Vancouver. I played a year in Calgary with the Stampeders. I played 4 years with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and I played a year for the Los Angeles Raiders. So I had a great career, got to do what I loved, I got paid for it. But I suffered a lot of injuries. I've had 14 different surgeries during and after football, but it was worth it. I love playing the game, I got to do what I love, and they even paid me for it. And I signed up for the physical injuries. I knew that was going to happen. What I didn't understand, and what I've realized since, is a lot of the damage done to my brain. Football is a collision sport. It's not a contact sport. Dancing's a contact sport. Football is a collision sport. And back when I learned how to play football, they taught us to use our head as a weapon. That's why they gave us a helmet. They said, you put a helmet on, that's why. You use it as a weapon. And I did it very well. And I suffered a lot of concussions. As a matter of fact, back then they didn't even really call them concussions. It was just you got your bell rung, you know, tape an aspirin to it. Not a big deal. How many fingers do you have, Rick? 2? Okay, go back in, you're fine. It was just a part of the game. And, you know, you'd recover from it short term. Never really thought about it after the game, but I learned years later that that damage gets worse and worse and worse. And it contributed to a disease called chronic traumatic encephalopathy that a lot of retired football players and other athletes are suffering from severely. A lot of athletes, football players in particular, have committed suicide due to this disease, due to the collisions, due to the concussions, due to the brain damage that they suffered because of it. Well, I didn't know any of this a year and a half ago when I was introduced to Laminine. I just knew that I was suffering from depression. I knew that I'd wake up most mornings in such a dark place that the only way I could get through the day was to be on my face on the floor praying to God that please help me through this day. I was just overwhelmed, and that was how I dealt with it. Well, within a short period of time, less than a week of taking Laminine, that all changed. I'd wake up in the morning and I'd go, oh, wow, I feel great. I don't have this feeling anymore. And it just really changed my life. And what it also has done for me is made me passionate about sharing, because I know there's thousands of athletes out there, not just football players, but soccer players, military people, basketball players, wrestlers, that are going through the same thing that I did, and worse. And they need this. I know that because I've reached out to several guys that I played with, and the conversation was the same every time. You know, I'd call, and one I hadn't talked to in 25 years, and he was just so moved that I called him, and he said, Rick, why after all this time are you calling? And I told him, I said what I've been experiencing and what had changed, how Laminine had changed. And he just said, how soon can I get that? I said, why? He says, well, what you're saying has been way worse for me. So I made sure he got it real quickly, and soon after that I got an email from his wife, Joanne, just thanking me for getting her husband back. She said he's just a different man. He's totally different now that he's taken Laminine. So I know absolutely that there's thousands of people out there, athletes but other people as well, that their lives would be totally changed if they were taking Laminine. And my mission is to do whatever I can to get this message to them so I can help them. I know there's guys that have died, and I know that if they would have had Laminine, they might still be around. So this is also about saving lives. So that's my mission, and I invite whoever wants to come on this mission with me to join me and help save some lives and help a lot of people. Thank you.